Okay, this is going to be a review of a 1998 Fisher FX18 fiberglass boat. This boat has not been made since 1999 or 2000. It was only made by 3 years by Tracker Marine, and we're just going to go ahead and get started for those of guys that don't know anything about this boat. So this is my boat here, FX18. It's 18.5 foot with a 93-inch beam, and I called this boat Project D because I've been doing a lot of work on it. I switched out a motor from another 99 FX, sold it, and then I bought a brand new Mercury Powerstroke, and don't have many hours on it. Also added some power poles. Going to go through the business end of it here. So, back compartment, I've got a 40-gallon tank. Of course, they've added the power poles. I've got a charger here. Hopefully you see that. And when you remove these batteries, you've got access to all the bilge pump in your pumps. Bilge pump, live well pumps, and it's not too hard to do. You just got to remove the batteries. You can take this whole tray out and remove it there. Now you can't do this if you've got a 2-stroke, because right here in the back in this T where the power pole pumps are, that's where your motor oil well reservoir will go. So at a 4-stroke it's a lot easier. So looking around here, we've got a storage compartment. I've got some extra baits in here. One thing you can also do is all of these trays here, just like in the current trackers, those are removable, and you've got access to all of your bilge area, not your bilge areas, but where you can rig, and it's real easy to get to. Here I keep all my mechanical stuff just for on the water emergencies. You've got your live wells here. I'm not sure what the live well capacity is. There is a light there, but I removed that. One thing that I added here is a live well timer. Got a compartment here just for extra storage. I added these bass boat seats from bassboatseats.com. It had a bench seat in it that was in good shape, but I just removed it. You've got storage underneath here. I added these trash cans because it just keeps everything from rolling in the middle and just loose stuff you can get to. Now, you can also, you've got a very, very large ice chest here. Over here you got the same thing. I keep my tournament, I'll just show you. I keep my tournament supplies in here. I don't get to use them very often, but I keep all of my, my culling tags, weigh bag. I do keep an extra buff, sunscreen, markers, and so forth. Just a handy place. Now, one thing that this boat does have, it's got an extra compartment here, which was very common in the Cobra boats, the Viper boats, Legend boats, and that's because it's a John Story design. But anyway, this does lift up, and you've got capacity here for your non-boater. One thing you do have to worry about is this right here. Just make sure it doesn't come down and snap a rod, because it will do that. Got our glove compartment here. Pretty good storage. One thing you got to watch out is this. This will come loose, but you've got this tight here. So we're going to look at the boat from the outside a little bit more. I added a 70-pound trolling motor from Minn Kota, and I've also added this well here that we talk about. Got my power poles, switch, plug, lights, remote and I'll talk about the electronics here in just a little bit. Didn't add anything here. All I've done is added new tires. So as we get around to storage compartment, actually let's go to the rod locker first. One thing I've also added is I've added these. This is C-deck. Cut this out just to keep from scratching the boat. I will let you know that on an 18.5 foot boat, your rods will extend past here, and I'm going to add some better straps. It's got these straps here, but they don't hold the rods down, so they will slide back. So I'm going to add the hard straps like is in a nitro boat. So I'm going to show you rod capacity, and I have got way too much in here, but I think there's about 25 or 28 rods. Now, to be able to do this, one thing you're going to have to do is in this front wall right here, there is an uncovered from the carpet wall. This is not load bearing or anything, and this is what it is. It just sits in there like that. Actually, it sits in there like that. This may be the other side. So you just take a Sawzall and cut this section out, and you can get all your rods in there, but only with rod sleeves. If you don't have rod sleeves, forget about it. You're going to break a rod or eyes or something else. So one thing I also show you when we did the recess that I added here for the trolling motor pedal, this is what I cut out with a Sawzall and a reciprocating blade. Got plenty of room in there to cut that out, but you can see how thick that is, and it's real easy to do. I would recommend it because not only that, you've got so much access when you open that up. You've got access to the back of here. You've got access to reach in there to get your nuts for your trolling motor. If you don't, your only chance of doing it is taking this panel off, and I had to add some screws here because it broke, just to make it more solid. Screws, and also putting washers on. But there's one hole in here you can reach in, and if you don't have skinny arms, you got no chance of doing that. So let me just go ahead and crawl in. It'll be much easier. So here, that figures. Hadn't done that until I do a video. All my tackle, my Z-Man baits, my Spro baits, and everything else. And to be honest with you, I've got too much in here. I'm going to be taking a lot of that out just because it makes it front heavy. And I can get this boat up. I got it up to 55 last weekend. It's usually 53, and that's with mainly probably about 35 gallons of gas and only a quarter live well. So if you got a partner in here with tournament gear and a full live well, you're probably looking at about probably 46 or 47. That's at a 6,000 RPM with Mercury 4-stroke. So, you know, you can get that boat up there, but a 18.5 foot boat, 55 is going pretty good, and before it starts getting a little squirrely. This boat's got a almost famous hull from, it's the same hull as the Cobra and actually the Legend boat. They made an 18.5 foot 186 or 185 LE at one time, and that was their prize boat, and it's the same hull as this boat. Is really close. The quality is much better, but yeah, it's a good boat. So here I've got all of my extra gear that I need to take out of here. I've still got way too much gear. Extra life jacket. I've got, and actually I got 2 life jackets in here. Net, more tackle. Got my Z-Man cross eyes, some extra cigar in here. So, you know, it's just a lot of gear. But it's been a great boat. But what I can tell you is it does not have a transom that is Kusa or any synthetic material. It's a wood transom, and I found out the hard way when I bought the boat. I chased a leak and ended up finding rotten wood in the transom, so I had to have the transom replaced at the tune of about $3,200 and about a year or two worth of lost time on the water, because just for affordability. I bought the boat and put that Mercury 4-stroke on there back here, and with that 4-stroke, it's very, very fuel efficient, and one of the best decisions I'd ever make. I would highly recommend this Mercury 4-stroke. I've got the remote app that'll tell me how many hours I had on it. I probably only got 25 hours, so it's real low, and I bought it in, or had it installed in, I think, May of 2018, so it doesn't have many hours on it. Got a good prop on it. It's just an awesome motor. Adding the power poles has been just a dream, and it's real nice where I can go on the water if I can't figure things out, which is normally the case. What I'll do is I'll just put the power pole down and rig, or just chill, whatever I have to do. It's great when the wind is blowing. You can just get somewhere and just kind of relax for a minute, or put them down. And I like to turn all my graphs off and put the power poles down and just fish as phonetically as I can, just without all the noise. So one thing I did add also is we added the the balls out mount, and this thing right here is solid, very, very solid. I highly recommend that. And then so I've got Elite 9s here. I can't turn this thing because it's tight. I've got the Elite 9 here, and then up front I put a Elite 7 just because it's a little bit smaller. I'm not fancy yet to go with the forward-facing technology, but I added a Lowrance 7, and been very happy with these units. They're all I need for right now. Would I like to have more? Heck yeah, but it is what it is. It's just too expensive. So anyway, that's kind of a a rundown of my 1998 Fisher FX. And anyway, hope this helped. If you got any questions, comments, put it in, because that's put it down below. That is my first YouTube video. So anyway, good luck, guys.